So you're outside Dr. Song's room. I was going to say office, but it's a cabin room. Mm-hmm. He's in the first class section. Did you knock? I barely heard it.
It was the two somethings and a something like dun, 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 dun,
shave and a haircut. Right?
Dun.
What's that called?
Yep.
Okay. So after a moment, you see the door open, and it's his servant opens the door, and he opens it like this. And then he kind of ushers you to come in, and you notice he doesn't say a word when he does it.
I will just nod my head at him. Thank you very much. Dr. Song, are you about?
Dr. Song is at his table. He's looking in a microscope. His room is actually very floral. Like, there's a lot of strange, like, herbs and, like, incense all around the room. And it's because he's doing his work as he's, like, going to China, because that's 10 days of work. Why not? Right. So, like, his room is all the Hawaiian herbs that you saw that box. That very same box is in this room now, and it's open, and everything that was inside of it is just scattered around the room, and he's looking, and he just goes, "Ah, yes, William, is that you? Come on in." And he doesn't look up from his work.
As I walk around, I'm taking a quick mental inventory with my photographic memory of the different ingredients and whatnot he has in his room.
Nice. There you go. So he finally, after a moment, he writes something in his notebook, and then he shuts his notebook, and he looks up and leans back in his chair, and he goes, "Ah, yes, take a seat."
Quick question: could I see what he was writing in his notebook? If I just could not like peering over his shoulder, but just like standing next to the desk politely.
Yeah, I mean, it's just notes about this this like fern that he found in Hawaii. That like the chemical structures that he's finding in it, and like what he thinks they could be used for. Nothing super important to the plot, but interesting as a medical professor.
I want to try to impress him with my knowledge. Can I just like offhandedly like make some kind of comment about the chemical?
Yeah, sure. Roll persuade. Or
would it be? I mean, I'm trying to go with my knowledge. Would it be like science medicinal?
Oh yeah, do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to impress him with like my science knowledge. That was a 60%, and my medicinal score is 70.
Nice.
So I made it.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I'm not even gonna be like, oh yeah, the peptide chains on the blah 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 blah. I'm just making something up that sounds really.
You know the peptide chains.
Exactly.
I thought they were lost in the ancient scrolls. And he goes, "Ah, yes, I see you are a man truly worth his salt. What is it that you would like to talk about? Would you like to talk about my work with these Hawaiian herbs?"
While that is of quite importance, I did want to speak further about that spat of unpleasantness that happened the other night at dinner. I felt terrible about it, and I thought we should clear the air if we're going to be on a ship for several more days.
Oh, okay. He sighs for a moment, and then he turns to his servant, and he goes, "Wang Ma, could you please stand in the hallway?" And the servant just goes, and he walks into the hallway and shuts the door behind him. So you know of China's opioid crisis, right?
Indeed, it's a blight.
Yeah.
That hopefully they can free themselves from.
Yes, hopefully. So, as opium as a core subject for us Chinese is a very touchy subject. We don't like it at all. But in my research, I have discovered Lang opium specifically, and on the street they call it nightmare opium. Things in that. He kind of like looks to his work for a little bit, and trying to figure out the best way to say it. Nightmare opium is not what you're looking for. Let's just say that it's not. It has no health benefits to it, and you wouldn't be able to use it in your work. It's very, very bad.
Well, I mean, even the most dangerous poisons by their nature can be used. Arsenic has been actually found to be useful in many treatments.
Lang opium is not of nature. And he kind of outbursts for a second, and he goes, "Sorry, you're just inquisitive. I need to stop taking it so personally. Laying opium is something special. I don't think it belongs in China or even Earth. There's something in it that causes people to go to madness, and the chemical properties, I've never seen anything like it when I was studying it, and just being around it caused me to have fits of mental breakdowns. It's mysterious, and it's not good."
All these things that would normally dissuade a normal person.
Yeah, just intrigue you more.
Intriguing me more. Not of Earth, you say?
There are chemical properties I have never seen when I look at those, when I was studying it. And based on the research I also gathered from the University of San Francisco, where they did more in-depth research on it, there's something about it that isn't right. Even the notes that I received from San Francisco started to slowly not make any sense at all. They weren't even written in a language that I've ever seen before. There's something wrong with laying opium. You should stay away from it at all costs.
Indeed. I wonder if perhaps their containment protocols were insufficient.
That
Somehow
could be it. But just the mere presence of it, it did horrible things to me in person. I never want anyone to be around that stuff, and it needs to be out of the streets of China. I need it gone from my country and gone from this earth if I could.
Perhaps if it's not of this earth, perhaps it has radioactive properties that we're not aware of.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend like I know how radiation works, but all I can tell you is, it is bad stuff.
Well, is this a personal quest of yours to rid the world of this, or is that simply your opinion?
It is something I wish somebody would do, but I don't know if I have the power to do it. It's circulated through China, through underground means. There's something... there's many gangs in Shanghai, but no one can figure out where the source of this nightmare opium comes from. And it seems to be spreading even further if they have it in San Francisco. I can't tell you any more than that, but just, I implore you, stay away from that stuff. It's for your own good.
Well, I appreciate the candor and the warning. No one's determined how it is manufactured.
No one can.
Well, looking to ease the tension of the room, I will begin to ask him some questions about his research and all that. We don't have to roleplay it.
Yeah, that's fine. He sighs, and then then you guys have a nice scientific talk about your researches together. You even show off your crazy thingy, and he thinks it's got potential.
Exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're going to with that said, we're going to kind of just move forward. You know, the day goes on. You guys do things just to kind of ease tension. Maybe you look around the ship for this other person. Reginald and Max probably look around for that guy that Albert mentioned, but they just can't find him anywhere. And yeah, so the day just keeps going on until finally you guys all go to bed. And then it is finally Monday, February 7th. On the agenda for tonight is casino night on the ship. And also Chad Peterson's memorial service. You awake in the night, about 2 in the morning, hearing a loud thud directly above you. Almost like something happened in the room above. Lay looks shocked. Then he nods to Reginald. He immediately gets up, grabs a gun from under his pillow, and runs out the door.
I will grab my elephant gun, and I will head out after him.
Nerd-branded elephant gun. Did you shoot it? Sometimes it goes off for, like, no reason.
Be very careful.
It's got a hair
trigger.
Go ahead.
Good.
Made of real elephant hair.
I will. I'll grab the phlebotomizer and my medical bag, and I will follow suit.
Yep, I'll take my 38 and I'll chase after him, but not too close.
Not too close. That's a good idea. As you leave the room, you enter the hallway, almost pitch black save for moonlight that comes in through the windows. Lay is standing in the hallway looking towards the staircase closest to your room. You follow his gaze, and someone appears to be standing like a deer in headlights in the stairwell, staring directly back. Based on their silhouette in the darkness, it looks like a crew member. Everyone roll spot hidden. So a wave kind of rocks the boat
13.
a little bit, and that makes some moonlight kind of come in through the window that's standing next to this figure, and it sort of looks like Chad Peterson. And then I want you all to roll sanity.
A 20 under 70.
You got a 20 under sanity? Okay. Then Chris?
I got it. 52 out of 60.
Okay, both of you take 1 sanity damage, and then suddenly noticing you all come out of the room, the figure bolts back up the stairs, and Lay immediately gives chase.
Continue the chase as well. The hunt is on.
Yep. The hunt is on.
Are you all chasing?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
I'm chasing every day.
I'm chasing. You're always chase.
It's my secret cap. I'm always chase.
Alrighty, so he runs up the stairs. The stairs kind of go up 3 floors, and they go down a few floors too, but he's noticeably running up the stairs. So you get to the stairs. He pushes a food cart that was laying in one of the stairwells down at you. Who's in the front?
Me, probably.
Yeah, that makes sense. Roll dex.
Okay. That is a 1. A nat 1.
Nice.
That one. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So you
Hot.
kind of, like, as it's coming down the stairs towards you, you kick it and it falls over the railing to leave the path open for everybody to kind of run up.
Yeah.
As you get up to the next floor, there's kind of a split, so like you can see down the hallway where more rooms are. The figure keeps running up the stairs. However, there's an open doorway, and what's it called? Dr. Song's servant is laying on the floor in the doorway. So
I will run over to Dr. Sung's servant to try to apply first aid.
alrighty, and then
Reginald keeps going up. Reginald follows.
all right,
And I follow just enough behind Reggie.
yeah, and then Lay would keep following the figure as well. So we'll cut to William doing his thing. So you run over to Dr. Song's servant, and Dr. Song is like knocked out in the room as well. The servant does not look good. He looks like he's dead.
Oh no. Nothing that the phlebotomizer can't help with?
You can try it, but I think it might be too hard. But you don't know how Dr. Song looks.
CPR. Okay. So you're saying he's dead? You're signaling he's dead? Nowhere to...
Yeah. I mean, you can look
Okay.
at him because you never got a
Okay.
good look at him, but like he's
Sure.
he's a dead person.
Yeah. I'll take a quick look at him just to see.
So you flip him over onto his back.
Yeah.
And when you do, you notice that like now that you've gotten a really good look at him, he doesn't look 100% human. Like there's something about him that like has an almost like bulky rat-like appearance. Like his snout goes out a little bit further than a normal human's probably would, and he's got a little bit sharper teeth, and his eyes are really small. And he's got a lot of hair all around and stuff, but it doesn't look like human hair. It just kind of looks like patchy, kind of gross hair. And I want you to roll sanity.
That is a 25.
So you passed?
Yep.
Okay, take 1 sanity damage, because that's still weird. But you don't roll a harder sanity damage thing.
Okay.
But yeah, no, so he doesn't look superhuman. But that's interesting. But Dr. Sung, you hear him kind of go, ugh.
I'm gonna go a 10 to him.
Yeah, because the servant is definitely dead.
Gotcha.
So you get into the room with Dr. Song, and he's laying on the ground. I want you to roll, well, what do you think? You're a doctor.
First aid?
Yeah, maybe first aid would be your first instinct. Yeah. So roll first aid.
That is a 40.
40?
Out
And
of
that passes?
Yeah, I have a 90 in first aid.
Alrighty, so you know to kind of leave him in his place because if he has a head injury, you don't want to move his head too much or anything like that. But you do manage to grab like a couple of things in the office. He has a kind of like open wound on his chest, and a small wound on his arm. You have the phlebotomizer.
It's time to practice some medicine.
He sees you and he goes, "What?"
Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
I'm gonna go for the chest wound because that's probably the most dangerous.
Yes, of course. Absolutely. Start with the chest wound with your horrible stabby gun. I want
a man's life.
I want you to roll first aid again, I think.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. 50 out of 90.
So, does it surprise you that it worked?
No. I'm almost to a fault, like almost overly confident in my abilities. Almost irresponsibly so.
So you do the thing, and it feels like it's funny because he thought like Dr. Song's kind of conscious for this, but he thought maybe it would hurt him, but it actually doesn't because whatever needles you have on there actually numb it as it works. So,
exactly.
Yeah, and it's really cool, and you managed to get his arm too, and he just kind of looks at the work. He's a little dizzy, and he just goes, "Oh my God, that's amazing." He kind of, he took my book. That man took my book.
Well, Reginald and the crew are on it. I'm sure that they will track him down.
And with that, we cut back to this chase. We're going up the stairs. One more staircase going up. There's somebody that came out. He decides to book down the next hallway instead of keeping going up the same stairwell. And somebody comes out of their door. They're just like, "What's all the commotion?" And the guy takes this guy that came out of the door and just throws him behind him to throw him in your way. How do you get around it?
I think Reginald is in hot pursuit now. I think he's getting in the zone. So I think he just like seeing this guy comes at him. He just I think he punches him to the side, just like and keeps running.
Roll melee combat.
Yep, like bro.
That's so mean. This poor guy just wanted to see what the commotion was, and now he's getting thrown and punched.
Yeah, I got 45 out of 55.
Oh my God! So you punch him out of the way, which it's not like you clocked him directly in his face or anything, so you didn't die or take damage. But you punch him, and he definitely gets a bruise on his side, but he falls out of the way to allow all of you to run. Max, I want you to roll Dex really quick.
That's a 34, my friend, out of 50. Got it.
You got it? Okay, so you managed to jump over the guy as he's getting back up. He's like,
Yep.
What the hell is going on?
You've never seen Reginald, the great Reginald, wrestle grizzly bears in Alaska, have you? Well, this man's done it with bare hands, yes, sir. No shirt, no chest. Come by room 316. You, too, can have a taste of that same strength.
Fuck you, buddy! As you're running down the hallway. He turns your quarry turns a corner. And as you turn the corner, you find like there's just a series of hallways because you're kind of in like the employee zone now, where this is so it's a bit more. They set this up to not be exactly consumer friendly for the people that are on the ship, or for the customers on the ship. It's more so for the people who work on the ship. I want you to roll. Well, what do you think?
If I don't know where he is now,
I'll start with the spot hidden.
I'll do track. Try to keep tracking him.
Okay, so we'll do the spot hidden first.
I got a 50 out of 55. That's it.
Alrighty, so what you notice is that there's a door at the very end of the hallway that, by how quickly you've turned the corner and stuff like that, that door is not moving. So that means he did not go through that way. So that narrows down where he could have gone. So now, Ty, you rolled tracking?
I got 50 out of 70, so I try to sniff him out.
Okay, so you know that he kind of went to the left, so you decide to start following him. And as you turn the corner, I give
Reggie the signal towards that door. Like he's trained me on
there.
what.
Yeah.
He's trained me on like signals, like what to give him.
Yeah, you guys are a SWAT team.
Yeah.
So as you turn the corner, I want you to roll dodge, Reginald.
Ooh. I will spend the 3 to make it happen.
All right. So as you round the corner, this guy just does this really strong punch. Like, you weren't expecting the wind from it, but, like, you're used to kind of dodging things that come at you very suddenly because of all your hunts that you've been on that sometimes don't exactly go according to plan. So, like, you turn the corner, you go, whoop, and then you duck under it, and you can feel the wind from the force of this punch as it kind of climbs over you. Max, you see that punch as you're behind him? That arm went a little farther than maybe you thought an arm could go. It's not like he's Stretch Armstrong or anything, but man, he's got some reach with that arm. Then the guy immediately doubles back as Reginald's kind of regaining his composure and takes off down the hall and turns a corner again.
I will get to my, I like regain my composure. So it was a fast one. Reminds me of the cheetahs.
He's like a cheetah, but watch those arms. He's like a gorilla out in the Congo.
I'll run, and I'll start holding my elephant gun in hand.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll have my pistol in my hand.
You guys kick open a door that you saw him go through. It's one of those, like, it was swinging. You kick it open again, and you come outside. And now you're outside of the ship. It's actually a pretty nice spring day, but it's nighttime, so it's very dark outside. And you're on the what's it called? The very top level of the ship. Passengers are not usually allowed up here. This is for, like, the boat hands to kind of do deck stuff to figure things out. You're getting close to, like, where the captain's quarters are, and you can see him kind of running, and he's, like, running towards the railing that would lead to the lower decks.
Did you say that you're on the poop deck?
I would say he's potentially on the poop deck. if that's where it is.
The highest level
so,
of the ship?
So there's, like, this, and then the layer, and then I think it goes up again, depending on where you are. But yeah, you're on, like, one of the top layers of the boat on the outside.
Are we catching up or falling behind?
You're getting pretty close.
Halt!
I say we keep with the chase there, good old Reggie.
Oh, I'm still
Right
running.
there.
I'm running with this gun.
Okay.
You've ran and shot an elephant before.
Yeah.
Too bad this is much smaller. Are you gonna shoot?
If I said halt and he didn't react at all, I'll shoot him.
He did not react at all.
I will shoot. Rifle. Yeah, more than 5. 31 out of 90.
Okay.
Nice.
So you shoot him, and it feels like you hit him, but he doesn't seem to terribly react to it. As you do, he gets close to the railing, and then suddenly, like, at your guys' feet, you hear, like, and as you see, like, a bunch of bullets kind of rain down near where your feet are. I want you to roll dodge.
That's an 11.
I got an 80. I don't know what I have in dodge. Nothing.
Not bad. Yeah, so...
Half my decks, yeah. Nope.
So I want to say you take a bullet in the leg, Max, and it immediately knocks you down. But Reginald, you said you got out of the way?
Yeah, I don't know.
You managed to press yourself up against a wall that's in opposition to the bullets that are coming towards you, and you grab Max by the shoulder and, like, bring him in with you. Max, I want you to take... Wow, only 2 damage, so it probably just, like, scraped your leg, enough to cause a pretty nice bleed that maybe William should look at after this with his cool gun. But
with my 70 first aid, I'm gonna tie like a piece of my shirt around it
just to stop it for now. Yeah.
Yep. 18. Got it.
Alrighty. So the things that you notice now that you're in cover are those bullets did not come from the person you're chasing. You look around to see where the guy that you were chasing is. He's standing at the railing, like that would lead to the lower deck. And he's, like, looking around, it seems like.
Can we tell where the bullets came from?
Yeah, if you want
That
to
guy.
roll spot hidden.
I will.
I'll try.
I got it.
I didn't get it.
So Reginald didn't get it? Reginald,
Nope.
you're kind of looking... You're looking for the honey beaver that are known for shooting their quills. You aren't looking for who could
The
shoot
most
shooting
dangerous
bullets.
game.
Yeah. Not the
I
honey
got
beaver.
a 48.
You got it,
got
though,
it.
yeah. So what you do is you look a little bit higher, and there's somebody standing near one of the smokestacks. There's just like a shadow. You can clearly see that they have a Tommy gun, and they duck behind into the shadows of this smokestack.
I'm looking at him like 12 o'clock, 37 degrees north.
I'll look up, but not see anything if it's back in the shadows, and I will try to shoot the thing on the railing again.
To shoot the thing on the railing? Okay, go for it. Take the shot.
86, but still passed.
86, but still passed. All right, so you shoot him again, and he turns around, and you can definitely see that it's Chad Peterson now. Like, his face is illuminated by the lights coming from the deck below, because the deck below is kind of where people would be hanging out, but it's very dark now because it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or something. He looks at you, and I want you to roll. Let's see, what did I say here? Roll a POW check. Just Reginald.
It's a 95. That's an extreme no.
You have a mental break.
Oh no.
Yeah, lose 10 sanity and immediately have a mental break. So what does your character do after Chad seems to look at you, and then just your mind just like for a second, like something's wrong. Like, what's going on?
Can I roll on the table?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah, basically I give people the option to either just kind of do it, or if they really want to use the table, they can roll the table.
I think the table is fun.
Table is fun, yeah. Table gets you into all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah. Now I have to find the table spot. Okay, hold on.
While he's looking that up, I'm assuming, not to insert myself in the scene, but I'm assuming after I'm okay that Dr. Soong is okay, I'll start making my way up.
So so we see you come in, like the door opens again. You don't know what's going on this deck.
Right.
So the door opens again, and it kind of leaves you. You can see Chad Peterson standing at the end of the, like, very far end of the doorway, almost like that scene in Captain America: Winter Soldier, where like Winter Soldier catches the shield and he's standing at the bridge thing. That's literally how I imagined it when I was writing. But yeah, he's standing there. He's looking at Reginald, and both of them are pressed up against a wall for some reason, but you can't tell why.
Oh, okay.
What happens?
Okay. So I'm going to turn and put my hands on Max's shoulders. Say, don't worry. I've been in this exact situation before. We just need to go out into the open and tackle him off. This is my mania is crazy plan. For the next, and I had to roll 1d10. I rolled 9 rounds. I must pursue an irrational or ill-conceived plan. It must either benefit the enemy situation or increase the danger for me and my allies.
Perfect.
This is great.
So what do you do then after you tell Max this?
I'll like finish telling the plan and not wait for him and start just running right towards him.
I'm like, oh, not again. This is just like that time. He ate that still beating heart from that antelope, and he went crazy and tried to live with the lions.
So Reginald runs out into the open, and immediately as he does that, 2 things happen right out the gate. First, Chad Peterson jumps. Like, he just off the railing, and you see him fall backwards off the railing. The second thing that happens is whoever is shooting at you opens fire.
And as that happens, I turn and I'll shoot back at him.
Okay, so first they're going to shoot at him to affect his mental break. Oops, jeez. 71, so they miss. It just scatters all around your feet, but it's enough to kind of throw you off your game. Like, so you kind of lose balance and everything, but you've lost balance in the open where he could potentially shoot you. So now, Max, Max, as he's distracted, you take a shot.
I got it. 55 out of 70.
Alrighty, so you see this figure. He's about to open fire again on Reginald, and then all of a sudden Max pulls around the corner, shoots, and in the shadows you can see, like a black mist out of the shadow, like, because all you can see is his silhouette. His silhouette just kind of like explodes at the shoulder. You hear them yell, "Ah!" And then you can hear like something drop, probably his gun. And then that's all you hear.
Nice shot, old bean. I'm going to continue, try to regain my balance and start running. We've got them on the ropes now.
You get to the railing and you look down just to kind of make your mental break not fucking kill you. You look down and you see no sign of Chad Peterson. But that leaves Max and William, who's now just stepped into this situation. So Reginald's looking over the railing. What do you guys do?
Doctor, I think you want to go up there. I think we've got an injured man right up there by the smokestack. Let me take care of this. Happens all the time.
This is where we see the true friendship of Max and Reginald.
Max also has to keep Reginald alive.
Yep.
Lead the way.
Well, yeah, you gotta go up there. I'll be right back. So I point to where the smokestack is. I run over to Reginald. I kind of like jump on his back and just wrestle him to the ground. And I have like a smelling salt that I take out, and I like have him holding his head back.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh God!
He falls backwards onto his back, so you're like under him, and he's on his back, and you just keep pet his furry chest.
Yeah, I pet his stomach. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's this Max. You're a hero. You're a fucking saint.
That's right. Breathe it in. Breathe it in. Don't worry. You pay me enough to do this. Breathe it in, boy.
And then William, you make your way over to where Max has indicated that there should be somebody injured. However, you find nothing. All you find is maybe a splattering of blood, and that's it. And it doesn't even lead anywhere. It's just there's like a little pool of blood and some splatter, but there's no trail of blood leading away from anywhere.
Me doubting my own perception, I would shout for Reginald, the famed tracker, to come over and take a look.
Thank you. The thrill of the hunt got to me once again, my old friend.
Yes, the blood roars. I'm just like rehearsing stuff. Yeah, the blood roars. Hot in your veins, yes, sir.
Sun's getting real low, champ. Alrighty.
And I will make my way over after I've recovered.
Yeah, we'll both do that.
So
I'll show him the blood.
Yeah.
Oh, and I will try to take a sniff, big whiff, and see if I can track it anywhere. Nope, it's a 75. I'll spend the 5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll spend the 5. Yeah.
Like Geralt the Witcher, you know.
I'm gonna start gathering some in a vial.
The later years.
So interesting enough, it seems to kind of go off the side of the boat and disappear.
I'm gonna gather some in a vial for study.
That's fair.
Apparently you took him all the way out, old friend.
Lee catches up finally because I don't know, he's been smoking, and he opens the door to the deck that you guys are on, and he looks around and he goes, "Did you get him?"
Well, I think he got himself.
I think we got a tag here. You know, good old friend Reggie. This reminds me of the time when we climbing the Himalayan mountains. You remember that?
I do.
Hasn't everybody?
Absolutely. And we'd have to rappel down the side of the Himalayan mountains. Remember how you were rappelling down the side and you found yourself into that mountain goat encampment?
Well, yes, I grew friends with one of the younger ones. I named him Daryl. And
Absolutely.
he told me to ride.
He did. We had to take him away when you thought he was telling you to mate. But besides that, as we rappelled down the side of the mountain, do you remember we rappelled down the side of the mountain?
Do you have any rope, dear boy?
I mean, I personally do not, but...
No.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Wait!
I'm gonna spend 10 luck and go, oh wait, and pull out rope from my shirt. And I'm
no, even better, just to make it more believable, there is rope on this deck, like tying down equipment if there's a big storm and they need it.
He improvises, rips out his small intestine.
Still have pneumatic brick, I see.
God, worse. And I will try to tie it down and rappel down.
You see the captain come out of the deck, and he just goes, "What are you two doing? No! Stop that! We've already had one person fall off this boat. We're not having another one."
I'm gonna go and charm him. Captain, I'm not sure if you realize who you're in the presence of here.
Try to climb over slowly.
This is train traveling.
Stop that, man!
Professional.
He's not having your shit. He just doesn't want somebody else to die on his cruise ship.